They had more nerdy stuff on their walls, though. Like, I feel we should have gotten the My Hero Academia like poster and like
no, we just
the
had
Game of Thrones.
We just had the wall of metal.
Yes,
but
that Boba Fett cutout was super
fucking
cool,
awesome.
Though. And I will be mailing back some nipple tassels, some Sumo Punx branded nipple tassels.
We need to make those. What do they have, like dental floss?
Maybe with like little safety pins hanging off the ends or something. I don't know. And those guys are actually really good at editing too.
But yeah, they really edited that episode like masterfully, especially all the parts that they had to take out. Like the part where
oh no.
You called Mac a barren-breaded, jam-deficient breakfast reject?
You know, I really didn't mean to make him cry. That wasn't my intention. He doesn't deserve that. I really hope he enjoys the jelly roll that I sent him in the mail as an apology.
Well, you didn't have to shove it into an envelope. You could have just,
it's all going to come out looking the same anyway. But, I thought it was interesting, too, that they had cut the part where you pulled out those wakizashis and challenged Jake to meet you on that beach in Fukui.
Fukui, yeah, where Miyamoto Musashi had that famous duel. So we were going to fucking hash it out, go to Japan and look at each other all mean.
I mean, they cut it, so I'm hoping he didn't decide to back out. Like,
no, it's because...
You don't make a blood feud with someone and then not follow through.
We were talking on Instagram, just like messaging each other, dicking around. And so we decided we're just going to go ahead and forego Japan for the moment, but we're going to meet at the Kumite.
Oh, dude, that's even better. Kumite. Wait, which one of you is going to be Jean-Claude Van Damme and which one of you is going to be Bolo Yeung?
Whatever. We'll just kick that bridge when we get to it.
All right, well, let's start the show.
Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx. Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx. Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx. Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx.
My name is Matt. And I have never beat the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles NES game without the use of a Game Genie.
Oh, my name is Sabrina, and I used to have a crush on Bebop and Rocksteady from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
and this
is
Sumo Punx. Furry. Size queen.
Shut up! I am not a furry. Maybe you should just stick to telling our listeners what's new in pro sumo.
And speaking of fur, there were a couple of haircutting ceremonies for a couple of retiring Rikishi.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the haircutting ceremony where they cut their top knots off and, everyone gets to cut a strand.
Oh, you said fur and, haircutting in the same sentence, and my first thought was, are they trimming their pubes?
You are a perv. You're just perverted. That's just where your brain is, first thing. They're just trimming their pubes right there on the doyo in front of everybody. I mean,
You called me a furry and it scrambled my brain.
I mean, what are they going to do? Trim Hakuho's pubes and keep them in a little envelope and then just put them in the sumo museum,
I wonder who has the longest pubes in pro sumo.
Takayasu.
Oh, that was a fast answer.
I mean, you just see, he's got that 70s bush. Either he has, a major 70s bush or just, a bitchin' fupa. Maybe both. That's just kind of making that little cushion right there on his mawashi. So, I mean, we don't know. We don't know. We'll just have to just use our imagination.
Bitchin' fupa.
Well, I mean...
Okay. So it was the haircutting ceremony.
Serious haircutting ceremony.
And it was for the guy who's in our logo.
Yeah, Toya
the
Noshima.
Sumo Punx logo. Yeah. So he actually officially retired a couple of years ago and took on the role of Oyakata. He just wasn't able to have the ceremony until recently.
That is correct. He is now Izutsu Oyakata. A little breakdown of the haircutting ceremony. As we know, haircutting ceremonies are whenever someone retires from the pro sumo world. They have this pair of golden scissors, and everyone could just take little snips. Like, they just each cut a strand. A whole bunch of people pay a whole lot of money to be able to go up there and cut his hair, and all the funds usually go towards, their retirement and covering their future expenses and all that. So
I don't know why that made me think of this, but I have a serious digression to go into.
Okay.
So when Liz and I went down to the funeral museum in Houston a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
they had this little golden hammer, and it's used by the Vatican to knock the Pope in the head when he dies to make sure he's dead.
Wow.
I got pictures of that shit.
Well, that's definitely a lot different from those golden scissors.
Yeah, continue.
Golden transitional tools. Damn. Anyway, so
From live Pope to corpse.
while they were cutting Toyonoshima's hair with these golden scissors, there was a lot of other, little events kind of going on throughout the whole ceremony. It's very fun, very spirited ceremony. They had the shokiri, the comedic demonstration of illegal moves.
I love those.
I love that too.
I love the comedy sumo.
It's so great. It was by Onojo, not Onosho, but Onojo and Ibisumaru. And Toyonoshima had a bout with Kotoshogiku. Kotoshogiku is now Hidenoyama Oyakata. And you could tell they're just both having so much fun. They're just cheesing and got silly shit-eating grins and just trying to out-muscle each other. And they both just came thundering down to the clay, and they're both just cheesing hard, just smiling so big. It was great just to see how much they just love sumo. They've dedicated their lives to sumo, and this is, Toyonoshima's goodbye, and he's just fondly remembering it. It's fucking great. Anyway, so there was a whole bunch of comedians. Toyonoshima was known for his humor. Kakeru was there, Hakuho was there, and then the final cut of the chonmage was made by Tokitsukaze Oyakata, formerly Tosa Yutaka. I hope I pronounced that right. I bet I did not. Anyway, Ikiyoi.
I have no idea.
Ikiyoi was there, and he still had his chonmage, and he sang an emotional jinku. Jinkus are like sumo folk songs. That definitely ruffled the feels. And Ikioi's voice is just like butter. It was just like meant for the jinku. And Ishira and Ichinojo returned to the clay in the exhibition bouts, and Shoudai.
Yeah, it was nice to see him back on the
Yeah,
doyo.
that was good, especially Ishira, poor guy, and
Yeah.
his neck. And Ichinojo was looking good and healthy. And then we had Shoudai versus Tarano Fuji, and guess who won?
See, Shoudai wins against Tarano Fuji when it's not an actual basho.
Well, that...
But he still won.
True. Well, that was like Tokitsukaze's kind of thing that they had going on, because Tarano Fuji's part of Isegahama, and they had their thing, at the next Danpatsu for Amanishiki. At the Danpatsu for Amanishiki. So Amanishiki's a patron of the arts. There was a lot of very hoity-toity kind of high society type people that are super involved in the highest echelon of the arts. A lot of kabuki theater folks and whatnot. There was his brother, Aso Fuji, who was born as Kiyotoshi Suginamori. He sang a jinku that felt more celebratory, than the one Ikiyoi did for Toyonoshima. I still liked both songs, both jinku, but the one that was done for Amanishiki did seem a little bit more festive, and the one that Ikiyoi did just really pulled at the heartstrings. It was fucking awesome. Anyway, Amanishiki's son, Jotaro, accompanied the ex-Sekiwaki onto the dohyo, and he was decked out in a matching keshimawashi. It was just too adorable, and he named his kid Jotaro. And yes, I know that you bizarre adventure folks are going to be getting something out of that. I know how y'all are. Just weirdos. Anyway, so Asakeyama, not Akiseyama, but Asakeyama. Well, Kaio. We all remember Kaio. So anyway, Kaio was there, and Amanishiki was at his Danpatsu 10 years ago, so it has come full circle. And there were bouts. Tarano Fuji lifted Mataki Yumi like a floated keg at a frat party, plopped his ass out of the ring. Speaking of Teru and his, muscular ass self, him and other Isegahama denizens demonstrated the Gonengake, where the Yokozuna took on 5 dudes.
Dude, this was one of my favorite parts, too.
It was fucking cool. The Gonengake is done in a serious capacity in judo and other disciplines, but in this case, it was just, pure exhibition. There was Nishiki Fuji, Terutsuyoshi, Midori Fuji, and Takara Fuji all standing outside the ring, and then our boy Atami Fuji with the chubby cheeks. Just got like dead center on at the Shikirasen with Tarano Fuji, and he just like ran through everybody. You know, I mean, it was more than likely choreographed or whatever, but it was really fucking cool just to see him just slapping everybody around.
Flipped all 5 of them out of the ring in like less than 5 seconds.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking cool. And then other similar news, not Danpatsu-shiki related, but just, you know, news in the sumo world since, you know, we're between bashos and things are a bit slow. There are these twins. We found these 2 twins that are part of Jonakuchi. Their names, or they were born as Ryu and Rei Hayashi, but their shikonas are Hayashiru and Rinko.
Hayashiru?
Hayashiru. I think it's Hayashiru.
Hayashiru, yes.
And Rinko.
Rinko.
All right, they're from Nagano, like Matakayumi. And they recently joined Nishana Seki stable, which is, you know, Kisena Sato is the coach of that stable. And they made their debut in Jonakuchi at the 2022 Natsu Basho. Both identical twins got identical Kachikoshi records of 4 and 3. They're noted to have really similar personalities, but the similarities stopped there as their former junior high coach, Yuichi Kamimura, said they have different strengths and trademark moves in the dojo. They said that they hope to become the first twin Yokozunas in Grand Sumo, and they totally gushed that their role models are Matakayumi and their coach, Kiseno Sato, who is now Nishanosaki Oyakata. So let's hope these boys kick some ass!
That's
Take some
so
names.
fucking cute, though. Like, imagine if they got all the way to the top. If we had, like, twin Yokozuna.
That would be fucking cool. And those guys are just so cute. They're 15 and they're just little. And, you know, they're trying to grow out their chonmage. So they just have these little mullets that are just kind of, you know, they got the sumo pomade. They're just kind of slicked back.
And it's so nice to see people that young being that ambitious.
Fuck yeah. Just to see there are youths out there that still love sumo.
Well, speaking of ambitions and people who love sumo, we do have the Cowboy Cup coming up in less than a week. That's going to be this coming up Saturday.
Yep, the Cowboy Cup. It is going to be Saturday, June 11th, 2022, from noon to 4 p.m. Central Time.
Central Time Zone.
Central Time. So if you're going to be streaming this motherfucker, it is noon to 4 Central Time. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to be on Dallas Sumo Club's YouTube channel. I'm sure there's probably going to be a few others, but that's the only one I know for sure.
I'm going to try to do some live streaming. I'm not sure how well that's going to go, but either way, I'm going to be recording myself running around, talking to people, getting into trouble.
Oh yeah, lots of trouble.
It's going to be awesome.
Jake from Grand Sumo Breakdown is going to be doing some live commentary, so that's going to be lots of fun.
I'll make sure to go and harass him too.
Yeah, I'm just going to give him a big old hug.
Aw.
And then the Cowboy Cup is going to be at Panther Island Pavilion, 395 Percy Street in Fort Worth, Texas.
That's spelled P-U-R-C-E-Y.
It's at the
Street.
South Shore at the Panther Island Pavilion. So there is a $20 athlete registration fee. Separate tickets for spectators can be purchased through FitCon's website, as the tournament is part of FitCon Texas. $25 for a day pass, as well as other packages that have all sort of FitCon goodies. You have to bring your own chair or blanket for seating, and there is a $10 parking per car price at the venue.
And now for the meat of the episode.
You said meat.
Okay. Anyway, as you might have noticed from the title of this episode, the main portion of it is going to involve another sumo podcast. We actually sat down with Mac and Jake from Grand Sumo Breakdown, and oh my god, was it the most fucking fun.
It was. I mean, you just like, you know, you put us all into the same place and then just, you know, we're all going to like regress back into our fucking like high school selves.
Yeah, just completely juvenile and oh gosh.
Total jackassery. It was fucking great.
If you haven't already listened to it on their podcast platforms or watched it on their YouTube channel, you can listen to it right now. We're going to play the audio for you. Definitely go check out their stuff too, because they do a lot of really great shit that you need to be watching or listening to. And or if you wanted to see what we look like, they have the video of the interview or whatever you want to call it on their YouTube channel.
If you want to know what we look like.
Okay, no chills. No chills.
But
I don't know how obscure of a reference that's going to be.
This is Sumo Punx, and I hope you enjoy my narration.
Oh, God. Okay, see, people are going to say that we're just referencing obscure shit again.
Whatever. People know chills.
You think? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, here is the Sumo Punx versus Grand Sumo Breakdown Showdown. Was that the same episode that, because I took some notes about, it was the episode where you guys were talking about how apparently we're funnier than you, and quality.
Yeah, same one. I don't think we meant
that's you have no idea that I made my heart.
No, but that's true. It was the truth. It was like, damn, they're actually funnier than we are.
Before we talk about the sea shanties, though, I do just want to kind of read off an account of what happened when we first watched that episode.
Oh, no.
Oh.
First thing I said was, quality? Matt just called us quality? And then he starts shrieking like a banshee having an orgasm. And then I say, did Jake just say we're funnier than they are? And then he says, is this dopamine? Is this what dopamine feels like? I had almost forgotten. And then I had said something like, I'm glad someone finally recognizes our superior taste in music.
Totally. We bow to that.
Oh, man. It was just like, I was like, he called us quality. I seriously danced around the living room.
It came from the heart. It is honest. It is quality.
Coming from the number one sumo podcast in the biz, I can understand why that feels pretty good. But
quality, Jake.
Don't let it go to your head. You know, you'll get there someday, young ones.
It's like you've seen
didn't go to
sumo
my
and
head.
sake, right? Sake and sumo.
Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx. Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx.
I just don't know why I claw to, enunciate, but it works for me.
It's like the Italian.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
Instead
It's
of
the natural evolution.
yeah, see, first it goes, and then it goes, brrr.
Well, Jake, I don't think we need an intro here. I think we just dive right into this as we've been doing it.
I assume wherever we started this was a bad idea. So, whatever.
Whatever, man.
Whatever ends up getting posted gets posted. Yeah, I'm glad we weren't recording for the whole eating ass story that you guys are saving up. But
Oh, God.
so who are you guys again?
Oh, I am Matt.
My name is Boxy. No, I'm
Foxy.
Sabrina.
We wanted to have you guys on. We've been texting with you off and on for a while now, but you guys are Sumo Punx has now been around for a couple months. What made you guys decide to get started on that?
Well, we've been listening to a shitload of podcasts, and that's like her thing. She is like a podcast maniac, and I'm just kind of like, listen to a few. I have my staples.
We're both like high risk for COVID infection. So over the past couple of years, we've spent a lot of time just sitting in this apartment, just fucking going out of our minds. So eventually one day we were out walking the dog. Shout out to Furiosa. And
Your dog's name is Furiosa?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah. She's a little hellion. But it kind of came to me. I was like, you know what? I listen to podcasts all the time. What if I made one? And then I didn't want to do it by myself, so I was like, okay, what's the one subject I can get Matt to do a podcast with me on? And I was just like, oh yeah, sumo. I don't even need to think about this. So I was like, hey, why don't we make like a podcast for like the subcultural sumo enthusiast,
Yeah.
And he got super excited about it. I got super excited about it. I was like, okay, this doesn't have to be like a big production or anything. We can literally just like sit in our living room. And was that before or after we bought the mixer?
That was before.
being musicians, we already have a lot of recording equipment.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, all of our stuff, like we're using like stage equipment. Like we got like Shure SM58s as our microphones. You know, those are supposed to be, you know, what you jump and scream around on. But as a podcast mic, it's kind of weird. I don't know. I think I should probably get some pro equipment.
It certainly sounds fine.
I was about to say, it sounds great.
The secret.
You say that, but I sit there for hours after every episode, like, just agonizing over, like, him snorting or, you know, me breathing too hard.
She's got these macaroni noises that she makes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Macaroni noises.
Yeah, you ever stir a pot of
something?
macaroni?
Oh, yes.
Macaroni noises.
I've
So
never
when she-
heard it called that.
But when she talks,
She just makes
kinda
that
has
noise,
macaroni.
yeah.
It just makes that noise.
I don't know why it happens, but I only hear it when I'm talking, not when he's talking.
Yeah, I just sniff intermittently, and she's just like,
He's like Zizek over here, just like snorting every like 3 seconds.
Well, one of the things that we've loved about your show are your intros. And there's one in particular that Matt had brought up. Sabrina, you had shot down. I think this was a big mistake. A Team Rocket introduction.
thank you.
I think that is a missed opportunity and should be utilized.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Vindication.
I
She doesn't like the Pokemons as much as I do.
Well, you're a Blastoise fan, which I'm like, that was my starter in blue was Squirtle every time.
I never said that I didn't like Pokemon. Okay, my issue is that we're gonna get into.
Oh, here we go.
This is a whole
Some
thing,
weed
isn't it?
Politics.
This is
No,
a
I
whole
think it's
thing we
just-
just got
What
into.
did I do? What have I done?
I think it's just like when the JSA started doing the whole Pokemon thing. I just thought it was such a crock of shit because their whole fucking idea is like, oh, let's get the younger people interested in sumo without actually like doing any of the things that would attract younger people to sumo, like making it safer or, you know, all of these easy changes that they could make that would make the younger generation more willing to participate and to keep this tradition going.
Yeah.
Instead, they slap a fucking Pokeball on a Goji and they're like, all right, nothing.
Problem solved.
Done.
Yeah, no, it's like Taco Bell having some Pride Month tweet or something, right? Like it's just like
Exactly.
it's just hollow. I think you may have swayed me on that one.
I, on the other hand, was just squilled and delighted. I was like, oh, look, Pokeballs. You know?
Bam, Matt's the target audience.
Yep, got it.
I'm only masquerading as a full-grown adult. I'm actually only 13.
We all are. We all masquerade as adults.
That's the secret to being an adult. There's no such thing as adults.
Exactly.
Turns out
Do
it's a
you
similar
not
thing
see
for
the nerdery
podcasting.
back here? It's like, do I look like I'm fully mature? No way.
I think it's pretty fucking sweet, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
No, that's the secret to podcasting as well. It's actually quite easy, and you know, like I honestly
There's
the
the Hinomaru Sumo one, and
Oh, yeah.
I actually had this on this wall, and I'm like, why the hell am I wasting something that cool on the wall that isn't even on the camera?
Yeah. All my comic stuff used to be on my computer wall. I'm like, no, I'm going to put it back there.
Yeah, we just got our posters.
oh yeah, our
Yeah.
punk and metal posters. Oh
Yeah,
well, that
which
was
is-
a goth band.
Yeah. The pawns. Oh, and then that's our roommate, Vociferous.
Yeah, there's
Vociferous.
Note the nipple tassels on
Every, you know, everybody should have a skeleton with nipple tassels.
Oh, totally. Well,
Yeah.
I've got Boba Fett. Jake, come on. Step up your game, dude.
We'll send you guys some nipple tassels, or we'll send you some nipple tassels.
Sumo Punx branded, of course, right?
Oh, yeah. We expect pictures.
Yes.
The best car armor with nipple tassels. Maybe.
And you have to stand next to him like a proud dad.
You have to put on the nipple tassels yourself to test them out first.
Yeah, hey, otherwise you don't know they work.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you got to do a little, give him a twirl.
Clockwise. Okay, let's get back. What were we talking about again?
It's going to be like 10:30, and we're going to be like, oh,
Oh,
wait.
totally.
But But no, so
It's an illusion. That's what we always say, mostly because we can't get an episode out on time ever.
Yeah.
That's our excuse anyway. It's a social construct. Don't worry about it.
I like your conveniently framed mug right here in the.
Yes.
Made sure to get it camera side out. The eye and
Totally.
fart. Incredible. Anyways, though, so you guys got into podcasting because it was, you listen to podcasts, but you're interested in sumo. Where'd the sumo part come from originally?
Oh man,
This guy's a sumo wrestler.
Well, I mean,
Sabrina, we're leading into that. Okay, you're showing some naivete here. Come on.
Yeah.
So,
she's
come on.
trying to live with it though. She whenever back in the day, it was like in the late 90s, early 2000s, I used to hang out with this dude named the Caribou, and he had this roommate named Nick the Mighty, and we would like chug whiskey and like chase it with box wine, and then just act like just total maniacs. So it was like 4 a.m, and we were like, we were just griping about pro wrestling and how, and this was like back in the days, like, of The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, he hated it. I loved it. Brian was like, oh man, I don't want to do it. So anyway, we're like, flipping around through the TV. We were winding down, looking for something to watch. The whiskey's almost gone. We find it was the European sumo. I think it was like what do you call that? Like the championships or something like that.
Sure.
But we just saw a bunch of Polish dudes, a bunch of Romanian guys, Bulgarian guys, and they were just like going at it. We were like, holy shit, this is awesome. There's sumo, outside of Japan. And we were like, man, we got to get into this. Oh, this is badass. So it was like on ESPN, like 8 at like 4 in the morning. So.
Yeah.
Only every
The Ocho.
Yeah, we'd be like, oh shit, there's sumo again. We'd just like, just stand there in our underwear, chugging whiskey and like, yeah, dude, this is the shit.
As one does.
Yes, totally.
So anyway, whenever I quit drinking about like 4 years ago, because I just got too wild. I lit my junk on fire. That was that bad.
That's a warning sign, isn't it?
That's definitely a warning sign.
Yeah.
And and the flying squirrel too. There's too many pictures of the flying squirrel.
I can guess.
I'm
need to
good.
know more.
I'm good.
Your scrotum skin is a shot glass.
Oh yeah, there's pictures of me stretching out the scrotum skin. People taking shots of liquor off my nutsack.
Yeah. And then you wake up the next morning and that picture's on your phone. You're like, huh, maybe that was enough.
Oh no, that was back in the MySpace days. That was put all over MySpace. Back in the day.
I think I had too much last night, guys. I think we got to rethink a few things.
I got to check my MySpace page. What did we get up to last night?
Oh no.
Yeah, there was another one that with me just butt naked getting paddled too. That one got taken off of Facebook. That was sad.
That's too bad.
But no, anyway, I was like, when I quit drinking, I was like, man, I gotta, do something physical. So I, started walking around the neighborhood and stuff. And we ended up watching Hinamaru Sumo because, I'm a big anime nerd. And so we were like, holy shit, because, any shonen anime is going to make whatever it's about seem like the coolest shit in the entire world.
And it's got an absolute ripper of an opening sequence like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I still play like I think it's the first closing track is like that they had at the beginning of the season, at the end of the episode. That is like my favorite pump up song ever. I
don't know. Be the Naked is pretty good though.
there's some bangers for sure, but like, oh my God. But yeah, that show is something else.
It really is. It's just, I don't know, just how enthusiastic they were about sumo, how dramatic the bouts were. Because, you watch sumo, it's like 7 seconds, 8 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
They stretched it out over like episodes, and it's like a Dragon Ball Z style battle where they're like, I've got to power up. I was like,
1,000-ton demon drop.
Yeah, and they're having like philosophical debates while sumo wrestling for like 2 seconds or whatever.
I know.
Ice Dragon Slider or something like that. Where it's like, what is this? Like, I like this.
It was badass. So like, we were like, you know what? Let's just watch some sumo. Because like we had finished, all of Hinamaru Sumo, and we were like just kind of lost. Oh, what do we watch now? And we started watching, God, I can't remember what tournament it was. It was 2018, 2019? I think it was 2019.
I think it was like early 2019, I want to say.
Yeah, because it was Kisei no Sato was still wrestling. And,
in the before times.
Yeah. In the long ago.
The long ago.
But anyways, we were watching these. I was like, poor Kisei no Sato, he's just getting mangled out there. And then he pulls out and all that. So we were like, didn't know anyone's name except Hakuho.
Well, yeah, that's the king.
Yeah.
And so we were like, oh my God, this is just so cool. And then we just kept watching. And it was like, I think we got like the second or third day of the tournament. And then so we were just kept watching.
Yeah,
then,
every night.
Every night. And then after
Every
that
single
tournament
night.
was over, we had to go and watch all the past tournaments. And then we were just like... Yeah,
the deep dive.
And we came up with like little nicknames for all the Rikishi because we were
Like
still
everyone
trying
does.
to figure out.
Oh yeah,
like,
totally.
Which one was which, and like I think one of the first ones we came up with was I think it was just Aoyama. We just called him Titties.
Yeah.
And then,
And then
Ours was. I was about to say ours was Captain Jiggle Tits.
and Ichinojo was Cranky Baby because I said he looked like a huge infant.
Ours was Snorlax, so it works.
He really needed a nap or something.
Yeah, he's got like the biggest, brightest smile, but whenever he's being all serious, he's just kind of looks like a cranky baby.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to pinch his cheeks. Oh, same with the Tommy Fuji. I just want to pinch his cheeks so hard. Just look at this little guy. I had something on my Instagram. Like, oh, look how cute this little guy is. I love this little guy. And someone's like, little? I'm like, well, I'm taller, I'm older, and I'm fatter than him. So,
Ergo,
It is my right to call him little. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's really funny to me. We're right at that age where we're talking about wrestlers getting old, and it's like, oh, that guy's younger than me.
exactly.
I know, right? I'm 40, and then here I'm like, Tamawashi is the oldest in the upper division. He's only 37. I'm like, whatever.
He's gonna move into a retirement
middle
home.
school.
Yeah.
Tamawashi.
So you started watching Pro Sumo, and then in just the last year or so here, you finally got an amateur club in town. How'd you hook up with those guys?
All right, so it was
Dallas,
about-
by the way.
Dallas. Yes, but Dallas was the club name.
So the Dallas Sumo Club, same as Corey, Khalil, Jared. But yeah, how'd you find those guys?
All right, so it was like December 2020, was it? Yeah, I think it was December 2020. I was just, dicking around on Facebook, and I saw someone like, hey, does anyone in the Dallas club want to do sumo? I'm like, me? I do. I want to do sumo.
I volunteer.
So I was ready, and he added me, to this little group and stuff, and
And you were talking about wanting to try it out even before then, kind of maybe starting to do it on your own or something.
Yeah, it was pre-pandemic, and I was like, man, I need to find some sumo, but there was I didn't know where to go except for Austin or San Antonio, and I was like, man,
a bit of a hike.
Oh man, that crappy car! I drove like an old taxi. It looked like it was an old cop car, but it was a taxi. It was like a Crown Vic, and that Crown Vic would not make it to Austin.
No,
no. So anyway, I was like, well, I'm just gonna give up and do judo. I guess I'll do judo.
Like a nerd. Yeah.
I remember you saying that and thinking I don't.
I wanted to get. I was like, I can't find a gi. I can't find anything that's gonna fit me. I'm gonna be the fattest guy in judo class, and they're just all gonna laugh at me. And then anyway, I was just kind of like, I still got to do something though. But anyway, I saw that on Facebook, and I'm like, yes, this is it. But it was mid-pandemic, and here I am not vaccinated yet, and I'm diabetic, and if I were to get sick, I probably wouldn't make it. So, and she has immune disorder, so we're both just kind of hermits, stuck in here. But
and end of 2020 was a little
that was bad
soon for opening up in any way, really. Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah.
But after we got vaccinated, so that was December, January of 2021, wherever we're like, okay, well, Dallas Sumo Club is on, it's going on. I was like, well, we got to get vaccinated before we could do anything. So when they finally rolled that out, I was like, get my shots. Like, first in line, give me my shots.
I gotta wrestle.
Stick me, man. I gotta go.
So they got
slap some fat.
I know. I just wanted to go slap someone's fat. And so she.
Oh, that reminds me. That's what we used to call Hinamaru Sumo back when we were first watching it. Tokyo Fat Slappers.
Yeah.
That was one that I came up with.
Yeah, she was like,
Tokyo Fat Slap.
she was like, where's that new Tokyo Fat Slappers episode?
That's awesome.
I knew exactly what she was talking about.
Oh yeah, no, that one. Yeah, sure.
Oh, sure. No problem.
No, so anyway, it was May 24th, I think. of last year where I finally made it out there, and I didn't know how to quite tie my mawashi correctly. I mean, I watched the videos that USA Sumo did,
Sure.
and I kind of saw some, like, it was like a mom putting like a tiny mawashi on like her little 5-year-old kid, like, you know, for some festival. And I was like, I got more out of watching that mom throw that, you know, mawashi on the kid
Sure.
than I did any of the other videos. So I was like, all right. But I saw, I was trying to like emulate what I saw some of the Sekitori doing, which they kind of had that weird toilet paper roll thing in the front, you know, where they take like,
like the training version of how you tie it. Yeah.
Instead of folding it like the taco and tucking it under, they just kind of like take a corner of it and, you know. So I had like the little toilet paper roll thing going at first. It's like, yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Awesome. I got this.
Yeah, there's some old pictures of me where I'm still rocking the toilet paper roll. And my mawashi was like way big. I got like the extra long mawashi because, you know, I'm a huge dude. I'm 6'4", like 400 pounds. And I used to weigh 520 pounds when I first started. So I had to have the extra long mawashi. And now it's like super huge. But then I washed it and it shrank a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. But now it fits perfectly. It's like now that it's washed, it cushions the junk.
It doesn't have the peanut butter and jelly stains on it anymore.
Yeah, there's
No, you need the food stains. The food stains are what keep it strong.
It will be long.
Patience. Then. Yeah.
No, and I cook in it and I wash dishes in it. Like I just feel like late at night, like around like maybe after 10 p.m. every night, I'm like, all right,
Literally,
it's
every
mawashi
night.
time.
Every night he puts on the mawashi and just does like around the house shit, you know, maybe does some stretches, some shikos, some fucking...
I do my little exercises. I do suriyashi through the apartment and like
Nice.
yeah. So, but yeah, sometimes before I do my exercises or after, I'm just like, oh, got to do the dishes, or I'm just sitting there frying up some sausage, you know, and just getting popped in the boobs with it.
Oh, grease. Oh, it's good.
That's a lesson I only had
She
to
got me
learn
an
once.
apron, so now I have like this really badass apron. Have you guys seen what is it? The House
Way of the
Husbands.
House Husbands.
The Way of the House
Yeah.
Husbands.
Yeah.
Yes.
My wife loves that one.
I love it, but I want to get the little Shiba Inu patch for my little apron. So I'm in my mawashi, my Shiba Inu apron. I'll be in hog heaven.
Oh, man.
Some of those like aviator sunglasses.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
In your mawashi, apron, sunglasses, end of list.
Yes.
What more?
Yeah.
What more do you need?
And the claw.
And the claw.
Oh, man. So,
Yeah, it is. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, Matt, so you've been wrestling for a little over a year now.
Yeah.
Sabrina, you ever try it out?
I actually sometimes do like the stretches and the shiko and the.
She's good at the Shiko.
Yeah, I'm better than him at the shiko, honestly.
Gotta work on that flexibility, Matt.
I'm actually pretty flexible, but I just don't have balance. Oh, I probably shouldn't tell that to the whole world that's going to be wrestling.
We said, oh no. We said, no spoilers, no secrets. No, damn it, we failed.
That was our
Jake,
plan
we
all along,
failed.
to get your secrets out before the Cowboy Cup.
My
I'm sorry,
balance has
go on.
gotten. It's got significantly better.
It has gotten better than.
So I could
when we
actually
started.
hold my Shikos for a few more seconds than I could, because before I was just kind of doing these kicks. I was just kind of kicking out to the side, you know. And now I actually could do a real Shiko. And I have to give her credit, because watching her do it, I was like, oh, I was like, okay.
Understand a little better what you're actually trying for. Yeah.
Yeah, now I
Balance.
got it.
One controlled motion up and
But-
down.
There
I
are
haven't,
there are a good number of women's wrestlers in Texas, and I hear a handful of them are going to be at the Cowboy Cup. So maybe it's time to debut.
Our roommate, her cousin, our roommate, like has come to a few of the practices at Dallas Sumo Club, and I keep trying to convince her, but she's not quite there yet.
She's a little
Slowly.
shy.
Very
She only goes
slowly.
to a few of the practices with him, but only when he's going. Since I have chronic health issues that specifically cause like inflammation in my joints and stuff.
Probably not
Basically,
the
my immune
best.
system is trying to kill me.
Oh no.
Yeah. But it makes me feel like a superhero, kind of, because I have this like awesome super-powered immune system, but then its ultimate rival villain is me. So
Damn, I'm just too healthy. I'm so healthy that yeah.
You're just
But anyway.
your body is the Seto Kaiba to your immune system's Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's Wolverine. It's Wolverine to the extreme. It's the healing factor.
Pretty much.
But I'm taking extremely expensive medication now, like thousands of dollars a month that I don't have to pay for. Thankfully, maybe until August. But anyway, now it's a lot better than it was before, because I got so bad at one point that I could barely even walk. I tried to take a bath once, and he had to come rescue me from the bathtub because I literally couldn't get out of the bathtub.
No, damn.
Yeah, but it's gotten to the point now that I'm medicated to where I have been considering actually officially joining the Dallas Sumo Club, and the number one reason for that is because I need to learn how to fall more safely. I've already got degeneration in my joints and everything from this disorder, and the instinct is to like put your hands out if you're gonna fall to catch yourself. If I do that, I'm just gonna crush my wrists, So there's a lot of practical things that you can learn in sumo for sure. Balance, how to fall in a way that you're not going to hurt yourself, just all kinds of stuff. And I see him do it all the time. I go to practices with him sometimes. I see him doing shit in the living room literally every night. I have to show him how to do shit in the living room literally every night. Because I can't necessarily do it myself all the time doesn't mean that, like, I don't pay attention, because I do. Sure. I'm a very detail-oriented person. So I think if I actually did throw myself into this at the level that he has, I might be actually really good at it. It's just... it's getting over that hump of, is this something my body is going to be able to handle? Sure. And being afraid that I'm just going to end up injuring myself worse than I already am, and all that jazz.
I don't know. I always, we'll be cooking or doing something, and I'll just kind of, just randomly Suriashi over to her and, grab her waistband like I'm going to do a Kimarite on her. And at first she was like, and now she's, gets into position and stuff. So.
Get that double inside grip, what you going to do? What you going to do?
Boom, right to the neck.
Boom! Oh, Anodowa. Well, I do have to say,
everyone likes to Notowa me. Corey Morrison is always anytime, he just go with that damn hand.
I'm trying to get you to do it to me.
I have to admit that Sabrina, I am jealous of you, because you have accomplished something in the world of sumo that I have been striving for years now and have just not had it, and that is Sumo Kaboom's jam. You have partaken of it, and I have yet to sample it.
I was so stoked.
It was immaculate.
It was last July, wasn't it? When I won the Sumo Kaboom bingo contest.
Yes.
That was the tournament that it was Hakuho's last tournament.
I think it was the Nagoya of last year.
Yeah, where he went up against Tarano Fuji, and this was this whole thing was or Tarano Fuji's promotion to Yokozuna was writing on this, and and it also happened to be the one where I won the bingo and got the awesome jam from the nice sumo ladies, and it was just the
rage
ever.
Rage.
That jam was so
I
good.
was this close.
So good.
This close.
It was.
But I'm over it. I'm over it.
Peach jam. It was Leslie's peach jam. And
Stop it, Matt. I'm over
Every
it.
morning, Mac puts the bread in the toaster. He takes it out. He puts it on his plate and just sighs.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Gone within a week.
Why don't I have this jam again?
Oh, Lord. So yeah, we've been talking about it a little bit, but this Cowboy Cup that's coming up here, July 11th in Dallas. It'll be streaming all over the place. We'll make sure that gets out there. But I am excited to meet you guys in person. And
I am sad I will not be there.
Unfortunately, it'll be a partial crew this time around. But
we'll text you pictures of our butts.
There you go. Yeah. We'll keep.
If it's not full Mawashi, then I don't want it. It better be formal washi.
I told him the other night that when we go do the Cowboy Cup, I'm just going to run around, like, recording stuff with my phone and do, like, interviews of random people and just ask them, okay,
do it.
Who has the best taint in Pro Sumo? And then they'll just be like,
Correct answer is Toby Zaru.
the correct answer is actually Toby Zaru, because on day blah, blah, blah of blah, blah, blah tournament, you could actually see a little bit of the back of the sack, which was just, mwah, chef's kiss.
She was all about that. She rewound it a few times. Like, she's like, can you see sack? Can you see sack?
You
She goes, "There's
rewound
sack."
it for me.
She told me.
And this person's going to be like, can I talk to the other podcast people again?
Like that guy that's over there.
Yeah, where was that? The Sumo Kaboom lady? I could talk to her instead.
Lori and Leslie don't talk about people's taints.
It's a niche. It's a
It is a
podcast
niche.
that you guys have a firm cupping hold upon. I think,
That you get right up in there. You get right up in there.
like
Right
a
in
properly supple mawashi. Yes.
Get up way up in that crack. Get up way up in that crack, Jim.
Oh man. Well, I'll make sure to bring some recording equipment so I can just like.
Oh God! I saw that. Jake, you missed it. No.
I don't want to know.
Start scaring everyone.
I don't want to know if I see something extra when I'm editing video or whatever. I'll get over it then. But anyways, yeah, I'll make sure to bring some recording equipment so that I can just kind of like hit record when we're hanging out. We'll
So jealous. So
get
jealous.
some more good material there. Oh man, but yeah, so if somebody has made it this far into the Grand Sumo Breakdown interview of Sumo Punx with Matt and Sabrina, and they're still on board with maybe checking you guys out, you haven't scared them away yet.
The
Where can
side
people
balls and the
find you
taint,
guys
if they
and listen to
haven't
your
turned
show?
you away, follow these guys.
We welcome all the freaks.
Yeah, exactly.
You are one
Because we're here to talk about the things that sometimes whenever people first start watching sumo, they might have questions about, but like, oh, what's up with that guy's taint, or like, oh, what's that thing on his
got a
butt?
podcast for
I
you.
have questions.
All of
Why
the
does
genital,
Coach Notion have all those band-aids on his butt cheeks?
That's where his power comes from.
all the genital related questions that big podcast is afraid to talk about.
Sideball.
Yeah.
Sideball.
Exactly. We bring you the truth.
About genitals. We have a weird
butts.
fixation, genitals and butts. We're just kind of like,
Again, we're basically just preteens with a podcast.
Hey, Matt. He's got that weird pink mawashi, man. It's like flesh tone.
Oh god.
Oh no, you can tell that we've been going too long when the butthead impression comes out of Matt.
oh no, that's me.
Right?
Jake.
That was Beavis, wasn't it?
We've been doing this podcast for like a couple years now. We never got this on a live recording.
Oh,
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm definitely 12. I'm sorry.
Where can the fine people that enjoy sumo wrestling follow you at?
Okay, so we are at what are we on? Oh, we are on all of the social medias at just Sumo Punx, and it's
most
Punx with
social
an
media.
X. Has to be Punx with an X for extra sex.
Yes.
that's what I
on
assumed.
Twitter- on Twitter, though, it's Punk Sumo, because I fucked up our Twitter account when I was first making it. We also have, as of last night, a Redbubble shop where right now
nice.
there's only 2 variations of the same design, but it's kind of in the tradition of like the black metal like
Very
t-shirt.
is it
second
that
wave
Hakuho
black
one?
metal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Hakuho design that I
looked
did.
at that and I'm not super well versed on metal, but I was like, that looks like Immortal. Is that
I'm gonna do a bunch of different rikishi and a bunch of different metal style logos.
Oh,
So we're gonna
nice.
have some like thrash. We're gonna have some like I don't know which different ones do you think we should do?
Yeah, I don't know. My buddy Nemo told us to do a Wakataka Kage one. So
Oh yeah, we're definitely.
I
doing
made
that
the
one.
stupidest meme like ever. It was like there was Wakataka Kage with Waka Flocka Flame like on his arm, and then he had the flock of seagulls haircut. So it was Waka Flocka Seagulls. I thought it was great.
Then you need a Fozzie Bear tattoo with Waka 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 going on the other side.
Sick. Genius.
He was just mad, though, that only, like, a couple of people liked that meme that he made. And I had to explain to him, like, that's pretty obscure, okay?
That's a small middle area on that Venn diagram, right?
Okay, fine. Throw Pac-Man in there. Waka, 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 waka. Like, maybe they'll know that.
She's a meme lord. You know, she used to run all of these,
Don't
like...
tell the whole internet that.
all of these, like, Facebook meme pages. There's, like, a lot of ones that you've probably seen before that she actually created, and she's
It's a job that the world needs, and we appreciate your service.
I'm trying to maintain my anonymity here.
The memes we deserve.
But anyway, we also have a Gmail account. It's just sumopunx@gmail.com. You can send us weird stories. You can send us
taint pictures,
suggestions. Please don't send us taint pictures.
Nudes.
Well, okay. If you send us unsolicited taint pictures, I still have that whole folder full of cloacas that
She's been threatening people with this folder of cloacas.
I've been saving them. I can show you right now.
Oh, hey. Oh, we're good.
Bald eagles. Okay. Anyway.
An interesting collection to have, and I'm not sure I want to know context. I think that would take away some of the mystique of the
exactly. It's like, no,
collection.
just leave a little bit for the mind.
The collection.
Hey, they're defensive cloacas, okay? Sometimes you gotta protect yourself.
They're defense cloacas.
Exactly.
Well, to close this off, look up Sumo Punx. I'd say maybe the second funniest sumo podcast in the game, but they're doing okay. But I have been waiting all episode to make a Dead Kennedys joke to close out the show. So Sumo Punx, fuck off. Boom. And that's where I'm going to end it.
Done. That's actually brilliant.
Oh man. I don't have a whole lot in the, the metal and punk repertoire up in here, but I got a couple.
I bet you've had that in the chamber for weeks now.
Locked and loaded.
You don't even know.
I have to say, well worth it. I didn't.
I feel privileged now to have received that thing.
It was my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Matt and Sabrina of Sumo Punx, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We will look forward to seeing you guys again in the near future.
Hell yeah. Awesome. And you're going to have to see me naked at the Cowboy Cup, so we will see you there.
Jealous.
Yeah.
Get a whole lot of Matt.
Well, that's the interview. I didn't even get to say everything that I wanted to say. Like, I kind of feel bad that 90% of what we talked about wasn't even sumo related.
Oh God, I know. They're just so fucking fun. I mean, you just put us in a fucking room together, and we're just immediately just gross and fucking. That was the best.
It's just funny as fuck.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see those guys at the Cowboy Cup. Yeah, that's gonna be so cool.
I believe it's Jake that's going to be doing live commentary at the Cowboy Cup, and then it's going to be streamed all over the place. It's going to be fucking great.
Is it just gonna be Jake that's there?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Mac's sitting out this one.
I gotcha. Well, that's the end of the show. You know where to find us. We already mentioned it in their show. On all the social media, we do have the new Redbubble
with the Hakuho metal Hakuho design.
Yep, we're going to be making some new designs. I think I'm going to do that Wakataka Kage one next.
See, Nemo, you have planted the seed.
Influenced me. You can find the links to all of that stuff in the description for this episode. And until next time, love you. Bye.